But yeah, let's talk about Boosie. A lot of people look at this situation like, you know, rapper on rapper. I be more so examining things like homeboy against homeboy. All the work it took for us to climb out the gutter, get out the pool, dry off. You know what I'm saying? For us to get way up here and jack that off. But to me, like I say, it seemed like Kodak Black is coming off his hurt, man. And when you hurt, when you feel bad, and when you feel like somebody's not done what you expected them to do when they was called on, even though in your mind you thought they'll never be called on, it get rough. You know what I'm saying? I think in Kodak, man, he say, man, listen, you one of the only ones that I really that made something that came through my camp. You understand me? And I go do that time and you blow up and get you some paper and I ain't getting nothing. I don't know. Like I say, I do believe if somebody put you in the game and they go to prison or something, like, you got to look out for them. You know what I'm saying? You got to look out for them. I also want to talk about this little Boosie interview on Breakfast Club. There's been an ongoing conversation that needs to be had between the LGBT community and the straight black men. There's been some uncomfortable transitions on both sides that's been force-fed one way or another to the type of people that don't really understand what a transition consists of. Now, when we deal with history, we deal with the fact that based on what we thought was true or what we know to be true, there's two different kind of species in hopes to procreate. There's something that takes place between said people, which then keeps this thing going, right? And I think that some people don't understand where the arrested development comes from. And I think they don't understand that the people on the other side don't have all the information. What they do have is that two people from the same sex cannot procreate without the interference from some outside source, right? So that in itself can be scary for some people, right? What does my family tree go? What does my bloodline go, right? Just not understanding it. And if those options are available, we seek to understand. We don't know these things. So that's why these conversations got to be had way more than they're being had. I just lost my YouTube channel for hosting a conversation in which they talked about transgender bathrooms. I said nothing about any of it. I hosted the conversation. So again, understanding is key. Again, with that transition being placed in front of us right now, right? What society is changing, what we know to be the case, just from a standpoint of like bathrooms and things like that, right? That stuff is being altered. And so some people that have these conversations can't communicate their thoughts really well, right? In regards to what am I trying to say? I'ma say it where the hood gonna know exactly what I'm saying. But y'all taking it wrong what I'm saying because I'm not articulating it the best, but I'm just telling you that the transition is some resistance, right? It's some resistance right there in the transition as it is with all things. Change has to have a learning curve. There has to be a curve when change comes, right? So I think you see people dealing with that. It is crazy, not crazy. It's interesting that a lot of people in rap don't really have these conversations. You got to know how to talk to have these conversations. And somebody like me will probably be dumb enough to have the conversation because he thinks he's smart. And then he says the wrong thing because he's trying to bridge the gap and understand and communicate. both sides, and then they try to cancel you. But that's the risk we take, over here, because we got to provide the content that the people come here for. But we're going to listen to a little bit of the Lil Boosie interview, right? And kind of get a grips as to exactly what's being said and our thoughts on it. Let's listen to it.
I was like, who next is trying to get with your Boosie? I was like,
Chinese people.
I got people, everywhere trying to make me an uncensored app, and that's what I'm working on right now.
But it's up there,
Fair is
podcast.
black owned, you know what I'm saying? Isaac Hayes the third. You can go over there.
Yeah, I talked to Isaac Hayes.
Okay.
I talked to the
But it's up there,
whatever,
podcast.
but I ain't made no decision on. I won't take everything.
You got a bunch of endorsements, huh? Because even when you sat down, you was like, I don't want to sit with Envy Water because you got your own
He
water.
didn't say envy water. He said, I want to sit with this water. And then he
didn't
said
know
envy water.
Up
He
there,
said, all right, you can
podcast.
leave it
Yeah,
there.
man, I got water, cologne, chips, noodles, you name it, I do it. That's what I do.
None of them get offended by the stuff you do?
Well, once it's 50-50, hey, what can you get offended by? You invested in Boosie.
But it's up there, podcast.
I mean, we doing good I do good as an independent. I got a cult following.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do real good, like in the Corona, I was getting checks, 6-7 checks that ain't had nothing to do with rap.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you do take it too far sometimes? Because you said
I think I say it the wrong way sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean everything I say, and I say what I mean. But sometimes I feel like I say it the wrong way sometimes, but I mean what I say, and I say what I mean, and people need to understand that, the world has an opinion, and then I got an opinion, and I'm just one who expressed my opinion.
But last time we spoke, you said that your mama even told you stop volunteering your opinion for things that ain't got nothing to do with
about
you.
that Dwayne Wade.
And you sat down with Mike Tyson and told Mike Tyson you should mind your business sometime too. Why can't you just mind your business
Because
sometime?
I'm realer than what I'm supposed to do.
What you mean?
I'm realer, like if it's in my heart, just because
But it's
I'm
up there, podcast.
negotiated with him like that doesn't mean I won't say it, because I pay me. You can't blackball me.
But
I
it's
pay
up
me.
there, podcast.
Even with my music, like my last album I dropped with Connect Music Group.
I talked to y'all last time about Lil Boosie's brand. Boosie has built something that's different than what everybody else has built. What Boosie has built has been a brand that's, can't go much bigger than it already is, although it's a very huge brand, but it also is going to be sustained by the ghetto no matter what. You see what I'm saying? So when you talk about Boosie's brand and you want to try to cancel it, a lot of times you're going to start by wasting your time, because you're going to only promote me, because you're going to go on CNN and talk to people about me. Those people didn't support me to begin with. Those are not the people that I'm invested or have any interest in. So those people that you're telling about these things I'm doing probably are going to come take a look at it because it's on daytime television, right? So I think sometimes it has the adverse reaction. It does the opposite of what they intended to do. Now with the baby, they right now, I checked the numbers before I started pod, and have got him out of the top 30 most streaming artists, and he was always like number 3, 4. A lot of times number 1. He's not even in the top 30 as of this week. So they're working behind the scenes to try to put some of his fire out, but I think his team has already moved to next year, and they'll be ahead of it.